All right, coming to you live from Santa Clara in the Cloud Foundry Summit. I'm here with everybody's favorite technology Kiwi, Ben Kepes. How are you, Ben?
I'm good. Luckily, there's only like one technology Kiwi, so I can be the favorite.
So you hands down,
Totally,
unequivocally. So you obviously cover technology. What are some of the things? First, since we're here at Cloud Foundry Summit, what are some of your unvarnished observations about Cloud Foundry and the summit?
So over the past year or two, I've been kind of worried that as we see the move to containerization and serverless computing, that sort of platform as a service will be a little bit irrelevant. It's been interesting being here because I actually think that there's a real place for Cloud Foundry. I think platform as a service is the wrong name. I think that sort of Cloud Foundry as the sort of fabric that spans different modes of operating, whether it's containerization, whether it's virtualization, whether it's event-driven. So I've been surprised and positive. There's a great vibe, there's a great community, and some good customer stories.
So, and then you mentioned serverless. Where do you see that these days, and where might there be overlap here, and where might it be just completely orthogonal?
Yeah, so I mean, serverless is kind of the epitome of abstraction. If we look at the progression of IT, we've moved from, organizations having to rack and stack their own servers and patch them or whatever, to virtual servers. So they still have to do some management, but they don't actually have a physical server to deal with. And then event-driven is kind of the next stage of that, where you don't even think about servers. You think about triggers and outcomes from that trigger, and all of the stuff that goes to creating the infrastructure to make that happen is kind of irrelevant. So I really like the concept of serverless. There's still questions, as there are always with kind of emergent technologies. And so my question was that, because serverless is kind of the smallest kind of atomic unit of computing, if you like. And so my question was, platform as a service is quite a big, sort of slightly monolithic approach towards management. And so I wondered whether there was a tension between this very small atomic unit and a very big sort of monolithic operating fabric. I'm kind of resolved to that now, because I think the reality is that organisations will use a variety of approaches, and things like Cloud Foundry can be the fabric that kind of normalises those different approaches. So it's pretty interesting. Serverless is very interesting, but serverless is just within the context of a bunch of different approaches.
So if you were to say, this is what Cloud Foundry needs to do over the next year or so, or either to really make it or to really add value, what would you, what should they be, at the same time, should they not be blindsided by?
Yeah, sure. So I think that so Cloud Foundry the initiative needs to keep moving quickly, because things like Kubernetes and Mesos and to an extent Docker are, I wouldn't say competing, but are slightly competitive or challenging. I think what Cloud Foundry should do is strongly articulate its value as a horizontal that can span kind of the totality of an organisation's infrastructure needs and can manage all of that different stuff. And I think if it does that, it's onto a good thing.
So, and then if we just look out at the general tech landscape, what are the things that you are most excited about in general going forward? So,
I'm really excited about developer tools, about modular components that developers can put together to build their applications. We hear, every 5 minutes, it's super cliche that Uber is kind of disrupting, an industry. But if you look at Uber, it's actually a pretty simple app. It's a new business model, but it's a simple app that ties together, some billing and charging, some mapping, a few different modular technologies. So companies like Twilio, for example, communications as a service, I really like what they're doing. The mail offerings, SendGrid and Mailgun, those sorts of things. So it's those developer tools which are really enabling developers to just focus on their core point of difference.
Cool. Ben Kepes, thank you so much.
Thank you.